best idea to include that theme last minute. Because we
I love
literally,
it.
because we're actually gonna have a different theme. I won't say what it is now, but we changed it last minute, and we thought, oh yeah, that has a whistle to it. So it's Rammstein's Angel, for anyone who doesn't know. So
Great song.
yeah, so Fight Factory Pro Wrestling's Grapple Games, which took place at the Big Sean the past weekend. No, I wasn't there for a change.
No, you weren't.
No.
I was on reporting duties.
Yes, it's usually me who's on reporting duties for these type of shows, whereas you're not there. It seems like the tides have turned. I was in England last weekend, hence why I wasn't there.
You'll see why I shouldn't be left there alone now later on.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, so I know nothing about this, so it's all you, man, for a change. So
Okay.
yeah, so it's usually me who talks about the shows.
No pressure.
It's usually me every time we review a show, especially an OTT show. It's usually me talking in depth with the whole thing, and you listening to the whole thing. But for me, I'm listening and you're saying.
Well,
so.
no. When it comes to Fight Factory shows, it's normally both of us are there.
Yeah, but I mean like OTT shows or like the ad show, I suppose.
You know my problem with OTT shows.
I understand.
If they keep the shows in
The arena.
Sir Sure Road or National Stadium, I'm at every show.
Yeah.
No problem with that.
Right.
Oh, they're gonna have to soon, obviously, because it's Tivoli.
Yeah. Anyway, go for it.
Anyway, opening to the show was like all the past episodes. Rick Nash comes out, obviously GM of Fight Factory for people who aren't in the know, which they really should be in the know. Talks about what Fight Factory has been wanting to do for the last while with these episodes and how it's growing. And how that they are making a mark. Out comes Phil Boyd.
Right. Well, before you continue, what was the attendance like? Was it feel big? More, it felt like
was
more than ever.
packed.
Really?
Yeah, there was people standing against the wall. They had to try and find seats for.
Seriously?
Yeah,
That's
it was
awesome.
packed. It was great.
Enough said.
Great to
really.
see.
So it shows they actually literally are growing.
Yeah, Phil Boyd comes out and he's questioning GM Rick why he's not on the card. But Phil also then goes on to thank everybody involved with Fight Factory, fans, everybody, for making Fight Factory what it is today. Be Cool's music then plays. And he comes out and he's asking that he's been here from the start. And he's saying that it's bollocks that he's not on the card. So, you got Phil, you got B.
Impromptu match.
They go, and he's like, impromptu match.
Nice.
You're gonna do this. You're
Nice.
gonna do this. And we're thinking this is gonna be a match. Here we go.
What happens?
Owen Richards comes out.
Okay.
Next. Owen Richards comes out. Obviously, one member of.
The Super Nintendo.
No, new team.
Oh,
New
sorry.
team. Was it Retro Galactic?
Yes, something
Yes,
like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Himself and John Bernard.
Exactly. And he says that he's not on the card, but he wants to prove himself. And he says no better way to prove himself than two legends of Fight Factory. So he then mentions, why don't we make this a three-way?
Okay.
So here we go.
Right.
Triple threat.
Right.
Whose music plays?
I don't know.
Dom Tuck.
Oh, for God's sake.
But he's not alone.
Okay.
He is not alone.
Right.
Dom Tuck then comes out, followed closely by Devin West,
Right.
Dylan Smith,
Right.
and Connor Day.
Well, it's
Not
you
Shea
mean-
Hurley.
You mean Troy Mandos instead of Dylan Smith's? I think he went. He actually told us about this. I think I saw something on Twitter before he went on the show saying it's who's Dylan Smith, by the way.
Okay.
Remember? I think he was pointing at you towards that. I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. So sorry.
Well, I apologise, Troy.
Yeah. So Troy.
Troy.
Devin Weston. Who else? Sorry.
Connor Day.
Connor Day. Right.
Not Shea Hurley, who I made the mistake of doing that on Twitter. I'm very sorry, both Shea and Connor. Very, very sorry. Okay.
I once got teased for mixing up names. I'm just saying.
Oh, God. So bad.
Anyway, go on.
They surrounded the ring, shield style, getting ready to attack Boyd, B, and Owen.
Mm-hmm.
But all three fought them off. They fought off Devin, Connor, and Troy. And everything was right with the world.
So it's
But
basically.
Dom Tuck comes into the ring.
Okay.
And he goes, he's not standing for this. So he goes to attack. It was Phil. He tries to run off the ropes and clothesline Phil. Doesn't work.
Oh dear.
So around, Dom gets the finisher treatment from everyone,
Uh-huh.
including the world's longest small package.
Oh dear God!
It was at least a 3-minute count.
Really?
At least a 3-minute
Seriously?
count. Oh God!
Was he breathing afterwards?
I think he was dead.
His mouth was probably stuffed with his mum's cardigan by then.
Afterwards, he rolls out of the ring, and that's it. And 3 guys are shaking hands together, and then it comes to Owen and B shaking each other's hand. But then Owen thinks it'll be funny to do the whole fake handshake, playing goes like trying.
So here he was,
trying to play games.
So here he was being so respectful,
cool.
saying how they're both legends, but then go, whoosh,
yeah,
just so.
Trying to be cool, and then he goes, no, sorry, B, I'm only playing with you. B doesn't like that.
Okay.
Brainbuster, there you go, for your troubles. Stick to playing consoles instead of playing with people there. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Nicely said, by the way.
Next up was a next gen match.
Okay. Who's up this time?
The returning Justin Daniels.
Okay.
Against John Bernard.
Okay. Did Justin have a go at you this time?
No, Justin was looking for you.
Ah!
I don't think he could see you, and I wasn't at the front. I was 2 or 3 rows back because I got there.
Justin, have a go at Dara.
I was 2 or 3 rows
me.
back. He couldn't find me.
Yeah, but you know what Dara looks like. You should search for him. I mean, I don't know. Do your spiel before. I don't know. Appreciate it, but I'm flattered you're looking for me, but
Yeah. Daniel's back, of course, after impressing at episode 5, where he had his right go at you. Bernard back after also taking part in the show, but in the intergender 6-person tag match.
Yes.
Bernard showed off his mysterious vial again before the match, which has some sort of stuff into it, but we'll get into that in a second. But before the match started,
you once questioned him for
still question
jokes.
it.
Okay,
I still question it, and you'll find out why.
All right, go for
it. But the ref saw this. Ref Eddie Sideburns.
Oh, lovely. Eddie's back. Eddie
Sideburns. Yeah, it was. We had 2 refs interchanging between matches.
Okay.
So really, really good match between these two. Daniels showing how good of a heel he really is. Just the smallest things that he's doing just to show off.
Like what?
Being a heel. Just, the simple things that work so well, like outside of the ring, he's going to throw Bernard into the crowd and he gets him like move.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Throws him back in the ring.
But like, is his face is like on point as well?
Sorry.
So in other words, like
his facials.
Like, yeah.
Yes.
So
yeah. He's like
what he says,
vicious, dangerous. Like he'll hurt you if he can in that ring.
He's a growing young lads. He's only 14, 15, isn't he? Once again, disgustingly young.
Yeah.
And that's a compliment, Justin.
Bernard showed great athleticism during the match, and after failing to hit his scissors kick finisher a few times, he finally got his hands on his vial while ref Eddie Sideburns was distracted. And he gave him a power and health boost, it seemed to.
Okay.
Which should be tested for, because that is performance enhancing. That is clearly the definition of performance enhancing.
Well, I wonder if there's
he was in trouble. He couldn't hit his scissors kick finisher. He was getting beat down. He didn't have the strength to come back in this match. He takes this vial and he gets a strength and health boost. And a speed boost, probably.
It was probably Lucasades.
Performance enhancing.
Yeah, but Lucasades. It could be something just to boost his sugars.
I don't know. But he does then hit his scissors kick on Daniels for the ref to count to 1, 2, 3. Unfortunately, that's 2 next-gen losses in a row for Daniels. But he's not really losing these matches because he is making a statement to the crowd on who he is. And of course, he will have a bright future in not just Fight Factory, all around Ireland.
Exactly, 100% agree.
Yeah. Funniest match of the night was next.
All right.
From I believe, anyway.
All right, go for it.
The blindfold match between the Enterprise and the Armstrongs making their debut at Fight Factory.
Oh, can't you imagine? Go for it.
Brilliant match from...
Now, all 4 had blindfolds on.
All 4 had blindfolds on at all times.
Oh, God.
So you can think of the hijinks that was gotten up to. So you've got Marion and Butch actually in the ring facing each other, thinking that they're facing one of the other members of the Enterprise. You've got the same thing with Liam and Luke doing the same thing against each other.
Yeah.
Incredibly, while they had their blindfolds on, I think it was it Marion? I think it might have been Marion. Was it Marion or Butch? I can't remember. Oh, it pains me that I can't remember this right now.
You know the difference between the two at this stage?
No, I can't remember. I obviously know the difference between the two.
Yeah.
But I can't remember which one did this.
Okay, go for it.
They did a dive with the blindfolds out in the ring. It was brilliant.
Wow.
One sad part about the match that I didn't get to see, which I think we should have seen.
Right.
There was no nipple cripple.
Yeah, but maybe you have to understand that maybe if you do a spot so often, it takes away its impact.
But
You know what I'm saying?
it's one of those like signature spots.
Yes, but it's also
There's a point where you do a spot too much and one becomes a signature.
yeah, but
It's more in the signature.
But can you understand how it can be like there's that
Well,
fear of
wouldn't
using it too
wouldn't
often?
be perfect for this type of match though.
If it was using the wrong person, then it'd be very funny.
Use on everyone.
Oh, okay.
Like if
If
all four are in the ring and he's doing it to someone,
If he did
and
it on the
someone's
referee-
screaming, they're naturally going to go towards the sound. Like I'm not going to try and explain it because
if he did it on the referee, I'd laugh.
I would have done it on the referee at some stage as well. Yeah. Like they tried to wrestle the referee, of course. Obviously. But the ending was when the ref was down, obviously, because it's a blindfold match. The ref is obviously going to get hurt in this. But
the fact that referee takes a hit.
Luke and Liam of the Enterprise took the blindfolds off. Low blows to the Armstrongs. Finishing maneuver. 1, 2, 3. The Enterprise get another win. They're on it. That's a hot streak. They're on a Fight Factory. Sorry, a Fight Factory shows. But it's not the last time we'd hear from them tonight.
Okay.
But really, really good match. Really, laughed the whole way through. And you know my friend Podge.
Yes.
I brought him, and he's not a wrestling fan. This was his first wrestling show he's ever been to.
Okay.
Loved it. Loved the show. Loved everything about this. He was getting into it and everything with the chance by the end of it.
Yeah, that's what he wants.
Loved it.
That's
It's
what he
just
wants.
infectious. It is infectious.
It is getting infectious, so I totally get that.
We'll move on then to Katie Harvey against Raven Creed.
Ooh.
Amazingly, the first time these two have fought each other in a singles match.
Don't think they ever wrestled each other in Cork
like
before.
multi-person matches, yes,
Yeah.
but not in a singles.
Wow.
Crazy.
I'm surprised it's the first time,
Crazy.
but anyway.
Quality, exciting match. Loved it from both. The chops alone from these two. I'm surprised you didn't get shivers down your
Raven's chops.
spine
Raven's chops
from bloodstock from these shivers. Or from these chops, I should say. Both girls.
I'm wondering where that painful feeling in my chest came from on Friday evening.
You didn't get chopped from Katie when you had to do your forfeit, did you?
No, I didn't.
No, you
that was
didn't.
from Valkyrie.
Valkyrie, yeah.
She chops hard as well, though.
Well, sorry, I'm not losing.
So you're on the
yes,
chops.
sorry, it makes amazing. Yeah, Katie Harvey gets the win after a really, really good match. With like an inverted version of her finisher.
So it's not like the gory special. It's a very different version
It's
of
kind
it.
of like it was kind of like you know, with the gory special where she kind of has them on their back. And but she did it in the front instead.
Okay.
Yeah, to finish it.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. So really interesting. Hope she moves forward and keeps using that.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with an alternative finisher.
Really good match for both. That's 0-2 from the Cork people coming up for the show.
Yeah.
Just shows that us dubs are better.
Can't
do anything about it.
Can't
do anything about it.
Well, you can't say they're not trying.
Last match before the interval.
Right.
Irish Tag Team titles.
Okay.
More Than Hype against Collar and Elbow.
Okay.
These four together are just so good.
Yeah.
And I may get in trouble for this.
Go for it.
But I thought this match was better than their one at episode 4.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
I thought the story of this was so much better.
Okay. Now, what made it so much better?
Just...
It's your opinion, so that's grand. But what made it so much better? Because that was for me one of the best matches of the.
It was
by far and away this year.
It was, and I thought this was better. I think this.
Please tell me why.
The story, these guys work so well together. The story of like Nathan just trying to get into the match all the time.
Oh, so he was seeking revenge for the hits from episode 4, was
exactly. Like Darren could not tag him in no matter what. Like Dean and Justy had him cornered. They always found ways to get to Darren. Featuring also double fish hooks. Justy and Dean fish hooking. So you think it's bad when Justy with fish hook, Dean in
So Darren was like almost isolated the entire time from Nathan, and he didn't see any action, but he got more and more anxious as the time went on.
Exactly. He tried to push and try to get there. Eventually he did, and the great hot tag. The finish as well was fantastic. Like we said, they were doing the double fish hooks, and they were going move for move as well towards the end. There was one point where when Dean and Justy had both Darren and Nathan in submissions.
Right.
They held on to each other to not tap out. Then they did the thing that, like, which is really hot right now, was a perfect thing where one person threw one onto the other to break up the other submission as well as their own. The finish as well was great as well, because they went, then Darren and Nathan both did a double half crab on Justy and Dean. Yeah. So they did their double finishers or double submissions too. Justy and Dean are holding on. They're holding hands too to make sure that they don't tap out, but they couldn't find a way to get out of the move, and they both unfortunately had to say, no, we can't take this anymore, and both tapped out.
So it's very similar to Gargano to DIY against Survival.
Exactly.
I say.
Exactly. Really, really good match. Like my well, obviously at the main event it was match of the night, but for obvious reasons. But this was right up there.
Awesome.
Right up there. Then as Darren and Nathan are celebrating at the end of the match, about to go into the back, Enterprise comes out and attacks.
They attacked them?
Yep. Announcing that they want to be the next challengers for the tag titles.
That's a match I want to see.
And that is exactly right. That is the match I want to see also. And I can't wait to see at episode 7. Whenever episode 7 is announced. They haven't announced it.
Didn't announce it, no?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, really good. 2 tag team matches were fantastic. That are setting up for the next one as well. And I think that the feud that these 4 are going to have is going to be really, really good.
Yeah, because the Enterprise are doing so well lately, aren't they? So
they're on a hot streak.
Absolutely.
Absolutely on a hot streak.
And these are 2 young teams. This is a rivalry that could go on for a long time as well if they let it.
Exactly. Done right, and if it's and they're in good hands at the moment, with obviously in Fight Factory, so it will be done right.
Yeah. So what happened after the break?
Well, we had our break. Straight after the break, we had Club Rock Shandy come out and call out Tron and JDP.
Okay, a match wasn't officially announced. Like Rick wouldn't allow them.
Sanctioned match.
Yeah, yes. Rick wouldn't allow them.
Rick would not allow. Yeah. So Club Rock Shandy come out. Now I was a little late to this because I was actually still in the bathroom. So by the time it came out, this match had already started.
Right.
But it. Like they put up a great effort. I'll say that, but
they were
no match for Tron and JDP. At one point, Tron was they were throwing them around so much that they actually put the ring out of place.
Oh dear.
Yeah, you'll hear more about that in a second. But throwing them around shops. Like at one point, Tron threw Klong into a bunch of chairs outside the ring.
Right.
Martin and Klong fought back fantastically. They did get a bit of momentum. One had a kendo stick, the other one had an umbrella. Broke the umbrella over Tron's head. Almost broke the kendo stick over JDP's head. Got a step ladder at one point to help with a dive over the top rope. Martin Steers did towards Tron, but actually Tron caught him midair.
Oh no.
Slammed him down.
Oh dear.
Then it was a double finisher. I can't remember the name of the finisher. On Klong. for the eventual 1, 2, 3. And JDP and Tron win the unsanctioned match against Club Rock Shandy. Like I said, despite a great effort, they couldn't get the win out of the bag, and unfortunately, it was JDP and Tron that left Fight Factory with the win.
Okay, so we'll have to see what happens there anyway. So
I'd like to see more of this going forward. Maybe in a sanctioned match, I'd like to see.
It'd be more out of considering this was no holds barred, where it would be more of an advantage for them to win when you think about it, because they were able to use hardcore and weapons and stuff like that. If they're in a proper match, would that play less in their favour?
Possibly.
Yeah.
Possibly. But I feel like they're the type of people that are so determined to actually get revenge that they will continue their fight for it.
Yeah, true. Anyway, go on.
We'll move on, and we'll move on to the semi-main event of the night. Doug Williams against Sean Maxigan.
Okay.
Yeah. In what is probably Williams' last match in Ireland.
Yeah.
First time seeing him wrestle live, and so the man is fantastic.
You never saw him in Contenders, no?
No.
No, okay.
Did I see him at Contenders?
He was wrestling Michael May a couple of times. In Contenders, no?
No. He only wrestled him once in Contenders. Joe Coffey wrestled him a couple of times.
I think, one was against Michael May. I don't know if it was both matches, but it might have been one with Coffey and one with May. Actually, they mentioned it, so.
Yeah. Really, really good technical match as well. Like his match with Michael May too. Like these guys both bringing in their influences, obviously the British style from Doug and the Japanese style as well from Maxer. Not a lot of high flying in this, and it showed a different style of wrestling, which I really, really liked as well. It kind of gave everyone a view of like it's not all fast paced, high octane, like diving everywhere and stuff like this. This is the technical stuff. This is the bare bones of wrestling.
Yeah.
And it was a masterclass of wrestling between these two. You'll like if you like wrestling, like if you like the core fundamentals of wrestling, you will love this match.
Awesome.
It was Doug Williams to get the win with a roll up on Maxer. The two shook hands afterwards, and Doug then goes off to I'm not going to say pastors new because he actually hasn't retired yet, and he could have come back to Ireland again.
Who knows?
But with the run that he's on in progress at the moment, where if he loses the Atlas title, he's retired, it could be at any stage.
Yeah, true.
You know, I have a feeling it'll probably be the Wembley show.
Yeah, could be.
You know, because
it's not
it's
bad way
Wembley,
to go out.
big stage, great way to go out.
Not bad way to go out.
Exactly.
Main events.
Main events.
Now, first of all, was this an elimination match?
No,
it wasn't.
Straight up, one fall.
All right.
Perfect as well. It was the right thing to do.
Okay.
Right thing to do. I think elimination, could have possibly made it a little messy.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah. This match was. Oh, sorry. Before we go into this.
Right.
Before we go into this, before the Sean Guinness and Doug Williams match.
Right.
Like I said, that the ring was out of place.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention this. I swear, I'm forgetting to mention it.
Yeah.
Match of the year happened.
Match of the year happened.
Yeah. Match of the year. Phil Boyd versus The Ring. They did the raffle after this match.
Okay.
After the Tron one, because they obviously needed to make some time because the ring was properly out of place. Like,
okay.
And Phil was trying his hardest, like kicking every side of the ring he could to try and get it sorted out. At one point, his leg almost went through the ring. But him versus The Ring, match of the year, Dave. If they put this on the VOD, this will be match of the year.
Did they try to give a small package to one of the ropes or something like that?
If he could have put the ring in a small package, he would have to fix it. He tried so hard. He was kicking it for a good while, and I thought the thing was going to break at one point because of it. But he did get it fixed.
Yeah, right.
Well done to Phil. He did.
All right.
Some of the lads did try to help, but I don't think they were helping.
Didn't know how to.
I think Phil was just more like, I got this. Let me do this.
Oh, okay.
Okay? Keep doing the raffle. Keep having people distracted. But
Right.
people actually weren't even paying attention to the raffle. They were paying attention to Phil.
Anyway, main events. So
Anyway, main event, like we said, Jordan Devlin, Irish Junior Heavyweight Champion, defending his title against LJ Cleary, Jay Money, Sammy D, Valkyrie, and Michael May.
right.
Brilliant. Just everything about this match was fantastic from start to end. Each guy getting obviously their moment. Jay Money, one of the standouts of this, offering money to people to do moves for him.
Okay.
At
Really?
one point, he was like, or when he was if there was a really good exchange between, say, LJ and Jordan at one point, he'd be just like, that was really cool. You have some money.
Speaking of exchanges, was there one between LJ and Valkyrie?
Not a prevalent one, but they were having exchanges during it.
Yeah,
you know?
but they weren't. There was nothing that was obvious or anything like that.
No,
okay.
it wasn't. There was an obvious part between Michael May and LJ, which I think could continue into a feud maybe later on.
That's true, yeah.
Because of the promo they had before. They had I think they made the agreement before and would keep it in the factory or something, they said.
Yeah.
That if it's... that make sure at least one of them wins. At one point it was... we thought that LJ was going to win. And before the ref could count 3, Michael pulled him off.
Oh,
Yeah.
and were they back and forth at each other?
Then they were back and forth after that. Yeah, exactly. Like I says with Jay Money, like, at one point he gave it to Jordan. He gave money to Jordan. He was like, or Jordan, what did he do? I think what it was, he ran up to the ropes and then he backflipped over as someone was coming over to him. And then while I can't remember who it was. Was it Michael? It might have been LJ. And
Right.
Let's say it was LJ,
Right.
for argument's sake. While LJ was in the corner, because he just ran straight into the turnbuckle, Jay Money was like, "That was brilliant. Have some money." And then Jordan was just like, "Thanks." But just drops it down in his pants and just keeps it for later.
There we are.
But Valkyrie,
Right.
her exchanges with Jordan and LJ were fantastic. Canadian Destroyer off the top rope.
Seriously. So what? So was it like? So how's that possible? So when she goes up the top rope, she just jumps on them and then does it, or
It was okay.
It's part of the move.
It's kind of like, yeah, but not a jumping Canadian Destroyer, if you know what I mean.
yeah? But so is it one where she jumps from the top rope, jumps like as if she comes into the ground with her floor, and then goes into
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
So like what that was. That was Adam Cole's finisher when he was in the Indies, where he jumped out, so except it wasn't from the top rope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah,
now.
exactly.
Impressive.
A springboard hurricane around a DDT to LJ as well. Unbelievable stuff.
I can imagine.
Unbelievable stuff. Then the finish now. I don't know if you've heard or not, but the finish was
You told me about
messy.
this, yeah.
Was messy. Valkyrie, I think, what was it? It was I can't remember.
Was it her scissors
it?
kick and moonsaults?
It was a great exchange with Jordan. Jordan was putting her in for the package pile driver. She gets out of it. Spinning kick. Moonsault. Should be 1, 2, should be 3. But I think the ref... See, I was at a bad angle because Jordan and Valkyrie were covering my view of the ref.
Okay.
From where I could see. But I think when he was doing 1, 2, and then his hand hit the rope. So he didn't actually technically count the 3, but it was a 3.
Okay.
So then he just says, ring the bell. And then there was a bit of confusion
Right.
for about a minute or so, and it was kind of, I'll be honest, it was an awkward minute because people didn't know what was going on. And unfortunately, it did take a little bit away from what should have been a fantastic moment. Like, it should have been the biggest pop of the year. Then people started to realise when she was given the title, and I think Katie came out and presented her with the title, that she won it, she's won it. Then people realised, oh, that's the finish. And then everybody was delighted.
Yeah.
Then she started getting the reception that she should have got. So Then the whole roster comes out afterwards as well, applauds her for a fantastic match, for a fantastic win. The first ever female Irish Junior Heavyweight Champion. And
awesome.
Fantastic end to a fantastic show. Fantastic build up as well for Valkyrie on the way up there too. Beating the likes of Debbie Keitel and then beating Justy, of course, in the last show. And to get the pin on Jordan as well is massive.
It is indeed.
Really good show. I would recommend. I'm probably not doing the show justice of how good it was with my description.
You have me sold. You have me sold.
I'm just everyone should go and watch this show on the VOD once it's available, if it's not already. Fantastic. Also, should give a massive congratulations to our prediction league guest this week, Nathan McDonough, who was MC for the night.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
So did a great job as MC.
Awesome stuff. So.